Hello ratbags, welcome to a very special What's Happening. Remember, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday I give you the lowdown on brand new games, some sort of controversy or just a big topic to talk about, as well as catch up with games that have had big updates. New game today, Praey for the Gods. This has been around in Kickstarter form for a couple of years now. In fact, 2016 was when it was officially announced. 3 years on, it has just entered early access on PC. But don't worry, it is almost a fully fledged game. They've decided to do things a little bit different, which I'll explain. What is Praey for the Gods? It's a monster climbing survival adventure game. I know if you're thinking maybe just a bit too much Shadow of the Colossus, well, that's not a bad thing because there aren't that many games like that. And what if you added in a little bit more? What if you added in having to fight your way through smaller minions and creatures, surviving, crafting weapons and being careful of the temperature environment around you? That's what Praey for the Gods offers. Out on the 31st, completely flew underneath my radar. Even though I've shown it off a few times, it's come out of its closed beta, which it was in for a good 2 months. Don't worry, also it's going to be coming to console soon. Praey for the Gods, let's see what's happening. So Praey for the Gods is now available on Steam for £22. That's roughly around $30, maybe $28, $25. I'm sure it's around that price. What do you get for that? Well, you get a single player adventure game taking on over 5 different bosses, as well as a huge world to explore at your leisure. Steam also offers you the chance to take part in early access and give a little bit of feedback. The game is more or less complete. What the devs have decided to do was release the game in the state it is at the moment, but still label it early access, while they add in a couple of extra stretch goals. Also, in the meantime, they're going to be working on the console versions for Xbox and the PlayStation. So, it looks like it will be coming to all platforms, and it's a kind of win-win situation. PC players will get the game almost complete, they'll get a chance to see some more content coming to the game, and when it does reach Xbox and PS4, it'll have a big kick, a big buzz about it again, because PC players will also be able to take part in some of the final content. Already receiving pretty good praise and reviews. They are friendly with some of the developers of Subnautica, and in the past I do believe they've worked on a few games with them. So I'm really proud and pleased to see this game doing well, and hopefully we can generate some more buzz about it, because it still is just a little bit far underneath that radar. It has custom controller support, so straight away if you're not a big fan of keyboard and mouse like me, you can go ahead and use your control pads, and like I said, it is a single player open exploration game. Nomad Studios really do seem to have crafted something quite special. I know the comparisons to Shadow of the Colossus will be made, but that game is well old now, and not many other game developers have managed to capture that feeling. Also take into the fact that as much as Shadow of the Colossus was great, it was a bit limited in its gameplay. It was definitely a game of its time. Things have moved on, we need more interactions, we need more things to do, we need busy work, and so adding in survival aspects in this cold, beautiful environment I think is a really smart move. Now this wolf isn't just taking you home for dinner, it's a core component of the game. I do believe if you die or you're close to death, the wolf can actually rescue you, and it will mean that you can go again. One of the stretch goals that they are going to be working on is going to be adding a permadeath mode, as well as a bunch of other features and at least one more world bus. So this game is really fully feature complete right now on Steam. That's why I think it's a great time to go and try it out now. And technically, while it's still in early access, it will still be cheaper. You can see you've got bows, you can see you've got all sorts of things happening as well. The big creatures, the big monsters that we're going to have to find ways to get on top of and find their weak spots. It looks awesome. I absolutely love the artwork and the style of it. Different types of things as well, like the grappling hook. I have seen gliders in the game as well. It's got a real plethora of different abilities and different tools and equipment that you can use, and of course this moment when you're falling off ends with the wolf looking at your body, hopefully going to recover you and hopefully bring you back. Maybe it's a bit like Mowgli being raised by the wolves. The environment does play a massive factor in the game as well. If it gets too cold, you're going to have to be careful. You will move slower, your health will go down faster, and you will need more food if it gets really cold or there seems to be a much more stronger snowstorm. It hasn't been all plain sailing. Despite hitting their stretch goals of 500,000, they then encountered the bully boys of Bethesda. Bethesda slapped a lawsuit against them, or the threat of one, if they didn't change the name of their game. They'd announced a bunch of stuff just before Praey, Bethesda's game, came out, and Bethesda took exception to this. According to Pete Hines, their marketing executive had to defend their position with their own game Praey by basically forcing the smaller developers to change their name. They had done it subtly. They managed to add an A to the Praey part, and they managed to keep their logo, which means they didn't have too many worries going out with stuff. The last year has been about building hype up for the game, going to trade shows and releasing smaller bits of information. They've got a good Discord going, so if you want to pick up more bits, and I'll leave the link for the website as well, go and check it out for yourself. I think the addition of world building in terms of survival aspects and other creatures to contend with, and maybe taking notice of maybe your food and your temperature, really adds a more depth to the game than it probably would have had. The Kickstart was pretty good. They had a very pledge rewards, and you could sign up and do them. Obviously it's finished now. Backers have all received their keys. It's how to do Kickstarter right. They raised $500,000, and that has been enough to secure funding, and I'm sure they've probably got a little bit of extra financing too. And I just like the way they've done it. They've clearly defined they're going to have a console version, and PC sales are going to help establish that, also adding more content for PC so that everyone is happy. No timeline of when it's going to come to Xbox and PS4. They're a very small team, only 3 of them at their core, so I wouldn't expect it in the next couple months, but possibly maybe by the end of the year. They've created all of this with the Unity store, so no mucking around and putting it only as an Epic exclusive. It's available on Steam right now. Go and give it a try. I have put in a request for a code, and if I don't get one by the end of today, I'm definitely going to be buying one so that I can show you guys some gameplay over the weekend. So let me know what you think about Praey for the Gods if you pick it up. Give it a try if you've got the chance, and definitely take a look at other streams and tubers playing it over the weekend. Like I said, I will be definitely hitting this at some point, maybe even later on today. In a month where there are so many games, big AAA releases, I'm not forgetting about some of these smaller independent games, because I really think you can find some good gems amongst the rough. The atmosphere looks great, the music is moody and dark. I love the Norse and Celtic feel of it as well. I think this game has got bags of potential. Let's hope it lives up. As ever, I will let you know what I think of the game genuinely. Make sure you stay tuned to my channel over the weekend. Make sure you've liked this video, and if you want to keep up to date with the latest news about upcoming games, come and join my Discord, and don't forget to have that notification bell so you always get notified when I've uploaded a video. I am Jade Plays Games. I will see you rat bags in the cold, shivering world of Praey for the Gods.